All right, folks, this February 23rd, it's about 55 degrees out here. As you can see, I'm already in this hive here. And what we have is about 4 frames of capped brood and about 6 frames of bees. So what that means is they're about to fill out this bottom box, and it would be a good idea to add another box on top. So that's what we're gonna go through today, and then I'm gonna take y'all through the rest of these hives as quick as I can. Y'all stay with me. So what we'll do is take this frame out over here, give them a little room, and so I can pull up one of these brood frames here without causing too much of an issue. We'll take one of these middle frames out. That way, when I go to set the brood frame in, I'll have enough room where it won't squish any bees. So what I'm gonna do is take this middle frame here. It doesn't matter if the queen's on here or not, because I want her to move up into the next box and start laying in that next box. Over the next few days, it's gonna be warm enough for these bees to keep this brood warm. We're gonna be in the 60s and go up to the 70s. We'll look just to make sure she's not on this frame. As you can see, they got, she is there. She's right there in green dot there. So we'll make sure we put her in there and don't squish her. But as you can see, she's got all these frames laid up, cap brood. So what we'll do, make sure she's not on the bottom here. What we'll do is place her down in this box here, and then let her move into that box to raise brood in that box, lay eggs, do whatever she needs to do. Put that pollen patty back down on there. And what we'll do with these is move this brood over to the center so that they can keep it warm and the brood's not separated here. And we'll move these 2 frames, we'll put them in just the way they were. Put this honey frame back in here. They can go to work on these frames here, and they get a pollen patty. Probably next week I'll give them another pollen patty just to keep them going. And we'll put this frame down in here. That way they can get to work on cleaning it out, fixing it the way they want. We'll place this box here on top of this one, making sure we don't squish any bees. I may take that pollen patty and move it up, because it's raising the frames on that second one. But we'll put that pollen patty right over the brood there. Place her back on this hive so they don't think they're queenless. They can work up into that second box. And we'll give them some sugar water so that they can raise all the girls they need. So I need to make sure this pollen patty here isn't in the way of my hole where I have my, for the sugar water here. Make sure that's all lined up. We'll pop this lid off here and put a bucket of sugar water here. And I'm putting that second box on there just so I can build these girls up so we can split them in April to another hive. And all this is in this sugar water here is a little 1-to-1 sugar water with some Apis biologic control and some apple cider vinegar to keep it from getting any mildew or anything like that in it. That way it'll stay good. And we'll let them work into that second box. We'll come over here. I'll move this so we can see this next hive here. We'll get into this next hive and I'll show y'all what's going on in here. So this hive, I learned last week, is not queenless. They do have a queen, but I think she is laying drones. We're gonna get in here and see exactly what she's got going on. Make sure I keep my smoker going here. We'll get into this one real quick and see what she's got going on in here. Hopefully there's still bees in here. Not much activity on the front there. It's full of sugar water, so I gotta be careful when I lift it up. Oh, dripping out there. I'll move this to the ground. That way it's not all lopsided. All right, so doesn't look like there's any bees in here. They may have, oh, these bees may have died out. That's what it looks like. Had a cold week last week and they may have froze to death. I think they did. Yep. So we got a dead out we need to take care of. As you can see, they're trying to keep warm in the small cluster. We'll make sure we take care of this dead out so we don't have any wax moths or small hive beetles. Yeah, as you can see, there's the queen right there. So they didn't make it through winter. So we'll use that for a split and let another one of these hives have this here. Clean this off. Yep, it's gonna be a mess. So I'll just put that back together here and clean that out later and get this pollen patty for another hive to take care of. We'll move to the next one here. Go ahead and get this lid out of the way so I don't trip on it. All right, so we're gonna go through this one here. These girls have plenty of activity. No, they're not queenless. First dead out of the season. I kind of figured they would either be a dead out or not make it through the spring there. So what we'll do is crack this one open and see what's going on in here. See what kind of sugar water stores they got. All right, so these girls will need some more sugar water. Go through this hive here, break all this off. See how calm and how big of a hive they have. Yeah, these girls building up good, taking that pollen patty off. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Got 9 frames of bees. What I may do is take this hive here and put it on top of these girls. They'll clean all those bees out, move them out, get all the brood fixed. And I'll give them this hive here, that pollen patty, so they can start on the second one, because they've pretty much eaten that one. Go through these girls here, see how many frames of brood I have. All right, so just some honey and sugar water there. Go to this next frame here. Smoke these girls down. Oh yeah, full of honey or sugar water. They got some, might be sugar water they're storing up top. I don't think any nectar's coming through. So that's 1 frame of food. Tell these girls are calm, not having to smoke them much. A heavy frame. Yeah, it's full of pollen and sugar water, nectar, whatever they're bringing in. It's full frame of food resources. I'm hoping this next frame here has some, maybe some eggs or brood on it. Got some wonky comb going on in the middle here. Have to fix that. But another frame of bee bread, honey, pollen, and yep, that sugar water or nectar is falling out. They are bringing in the resources, that's for sure. This next frame's got some drone brood or something they've made some wonky comb with. I have to fix that, make sure that they don't make a mess of that. See, they're drawing up all kinds of drone brood here. Hopefully we don't have a drone laying queen. Bunch of eggs, so single eggs. So there's no laying worker. I hate to get this comb and scrape it off of there, but I don't want the queen to be back there. Go ahead and shake these girls off and make sure the queen's not on this side before I do. Just give it a little shake. Go ahead and get this off of here. Maybe they'll rework the comb. Don't need all this wonky comb going here. Places for the queen to hide. But on this side, got a queen cup here, make sure nothing's in there. Got nothing in there, we'll go ahead and tear that down. Yeah, she's back filling with eggs. So no laying worker, and she's not a drone layer. I just don't know what she's doing on this side though. Got drone brood everywhere. I I might turn that around just to see if they'll fix it that way. Get in the rest of these and see what's going on. See if I can't find the queen, make sure she's all right. Got a bunch of eggs laid in here. There's the queen right there. Little black queen with a green dot. She's got eggs backfilled all in this. So they're doing good. That's 2 frames of cat brood. I just don't know why they have that wonky comb going on. Doesn't make any sense. Clean some of this propolis off of here. They love to make propolis. If I don't clean it off of here, they eventually will make it to where I can't get these frames out. Smoke these girls down and finish this inspection up. Run through this real quick. Got a frame of cat brood, full of cat brood here. Got cat brood on this side. Backfilling with eggs. No queen cells. Got some drone brood in here. I tore some drone brood open. Don't see any mites on that drone brood, so that's a good sign. What we're gonna do is take this one of these frames out of here, just like we did the other box, because they are full of brood, cat brood, both sides, eggs laid up on both sides. So what I'll do is put this frame down in here and then put them on top of this other hive here. That way they can clean that mess up and have another box to lay into. Yep, got more eggs on this frame, laid up all kinds of eggs in here. Pollen coming in, cat brood on this side, eggs, larvae on this side. She's just laying up a storm. These girls are definitely gonna need another box. Check this last frame here, make sure nothing crazy is going on. Make sure they don't have a queen cell anywhere. Looks like nothing but honey stores, a little bit of pollen. Honey stores on this side, so we'll put these girls back, let them get back to work, and add that second box to them. That way they can get to working on that second box, and they'll be ready to split come April. Maybe ready before then. But we'll keep an eye on them. I do my checks or inspections every week, because I do single brood management, and they like to fill them up quick if you have single brood management. what we'll do is put this frame on the outside, back where it was, and we'll take this frame here, shake all the dead bees off of it, tear that cap cell down, or that queen cup down. Put it facing this way, maybe they can use it. These girls here that this dead out, they just look like they froze. I mean, there's nothing else to it, but looks like they froze. Shake them off, yeah. As you can see, they butts in the cells there, they froze and starved to death. Clean some of this off of here, maybe have a better chance of them not making a queen cell out of any of these. Queen cups. Put these girls back together, they'll clean everything up. They'll use all these resources. Try to get these bees out of cell as much as I can. They'll clean all that out. We'll give them another pollen patty and some more sugar syrup, and they can build up into this second box here. I hate these girls died, but that's beekeeping. Just use it as a resource box. Make sure we put everything back the way it was. Give them a pollen patty up here. Put another one in there since they had. Put this second pollen patty in here and they'll build up using that. We'll give them some sugar water. Get a spacer for these girls. That way they have enough room for that pollen patty. They'll build up into that second frame or second box there and probably fill it up in a week. The way she's laying up, I don't doubt that she'll have it covered in brood within 2 weeks. We'll just keep them going, keep them building. I may have to split them off in a couple of weeks. We'll see. But these are my two strongest hives. They're also the first nukes I had, so that tells you anything. Second year queens do pretty good, but next year, next spring, they definitely will be requeened if they don't requeen themselves. Got a place for another hive to go. Maybe splitting these girls right over to right beside them. As you can see, my smoker's still going. I'll have a video out on how I light my smoker and keep it lit without it going out here in a week or so. Get into this hive, see what these girls are up to. Oop, shim fell off there. Not much activity going on in this one. So we'll make sure these girls are doing okay. Make sure they have queen. Look into this Holland. Make sure there's no hive beetle larvae. Set it off to the side here. Got about 3 frames of brood, little small cluster. This is a Carniolan queen. See, they don't have anything going on right there. We'll go ahead and break into this middle here. See if they got brood. Good to see they made it through that cold spell we had. Yeah, I got honey stores there. A little small cluster here. And a few dead bees. Looks like they're not doing so hot. Trying to keep that brood warm. Should help them out over the next few days as the weather warms up. We'll keep them fed. Keep pollen patty on them. Make sure they're gonna make it till springtime. Yeah, I got a cluster of brood there. Don't see the queen. Cluster of brood on this side. Let's see if they have any eggs laid in there. Yeah, I got some eggs laid on the outside. She's trying to get going. Just don't have enough bees right now. Being real calm, so must be doing okay. You got pollen coming in. Cluster of bees, little basketball sized cluster of bees. See if she's got any eggs laid in here. These older frames here makes it hard to see the eggs. Try to get them to move out of the way here. Got some eggs that she's backfilled there. Try to keep these girls going and make it till spring. If we need to, we'll take a frame off one of these big hives, give them a frame of capped brood. A honey frame here. Got a bunch of honey and pollen. Bunch of honey on that side. They got plenty of stores. It's not a very big cluster. Another honey frame there. So they got plenty of stores. Just got to get them built up. They say these Carniolan queens, they keep small clusters, but put that pollen patty back on them, get them going with that, and we'll give them some sugar water in a bucket here. Maybe that'll help them get going a little better. In this warm weather, they can get out and forage and bring the pollen in and get everything going. Get this sugar water on top of them, maybe they'll build up a little better. Get some pollen coming in this week as it warms up. Maybe they use that pollen patty. Get them built up. They'll probably be ready come April time, I hope. Get into these girls here. So it looks like they're low on their sugar stores. We'll give them some sugar. Crack this lid open here. See what kind of brood we got going on here. We're working a little bit on that pollen patty. Getting after it. About another week and they'll need another one. They got a little bigger cluster than the other girls beside them. A little stuck in here. Got it propolized pretty good. Come on. There we go. That honey store is on the outside frame. Looking good. Go ahead and get in the middle here. See what kind of brood they have. I eventually want to phase this wooden frames out. Makes it hard to, one, see the eggs and larvae down in the cells. And two, they're heavier than these plastic frames here. Got plenty of honey stores. Nothing up there. Don't see the queen as I'm going through. Looking good. Make sure they got brood and we'll put them back together. A little heavy frame here. Yeah, got brood built up there. if they got any eggs laid. That larva, hard to see them eggs. Whole sheet of brood on this side. So she's laying up pretty good. A lot better than the hive beside them. Yep, whole frame of cat brood here. Got some eggs laid. See, it's a little easier to see those eggs in these frames here. And it may just be because they're newer. Cat brood. Don't see the queen yet. She may not be on this frame. Starting to raise a little drone brood. Take one last glance over here, make sure she's not on this side. Yeah, this frame full of larvae and eggs. Backfill this, so she may be on this frame somewhere. They are building up the drone brood on the bottom here. Go ahead and peel that off. That's not gonna do them or me any good. Don't see the queen on this frame. But she has backfilled all this with eggs all the way from top to bottom. Scrape some of this propolis off here so the frames can sit a little closer together. Some wonky comb. Oh, that's that comb that I took off of there. Put that over here. Got eggs laid in all over this frame. I know this is a longer video, but I'm just making sure everything's good before spring starts. I got this tied down to the bottom also with drone brood. She's laying up on this one pretty good. And there she is. Big queen there. This is one of the flyback splits, as they say, that I made last year. Seems to be doing pretty good. gonna make sure these frames here on the side looks like they got some drone brood stuck in the bottom. Looks a little wonky, so we'll check it out and remove it if we need to. Yep, little drone brood on the bottom here. Clean that up. Get them off of there. They definitely don't want to leave it. Frame full of pollen. Let's see pollen coming in there. Got honey. They're looking for their queen. I promise you girls, she's in there. Check this one frame out here. Yeah, that's full of honey. Sugar water, whatever they're bringing in. We'll go ahead and close them up, give them some sugar water, get them going. Make sure they have enough resources. Put this pollen patty back on here. Right over the brood there. Close these girls back up. Give them some sugar water. I know this is a little longer video than normal, but I'm trying to show y'all exactly how I do things. Keeping these girls fed, making sure they have what they need. As it gets warmer, they'll build up even more and more as more pollen comes in. We'll keep them going, keep an eye on them. Get into this last hive here. We'll close it out. That smoker will get to you. You put that on this side over here. That way y'all can have it. You can't smell it. These girls taking down their sugar pretty good, or their syrup pretty good. Go ahead and pop them open. Eating that pollen patty pretty good. Flip it the other way around so they can finish it off. Get this paper out. Smoke them down. Move y'all a little closer. That way you can see what actually is going on here. Nothing really on that side there. It's pretty empty. They don't have any sugar water built up. Nothing there. Nothing on that side. These girls need some resources. Fill them up with sugar water here in a minute. Got some fresh nectar, sugar water, pollen coming in there. Nothing on that side. See if we got some brood on this next frame here. Got some comb that they've built out, need to fix. And a brood on this frame here. See if she's backfilled it with eggs. See some eggs down in there. Brood on this side. Gotta get it in the sun to see. Backfilled on that side. I don't see the queen on either side here. So I'm going to scrape some of this off so I can get these frames a little closer. And they're putting some nectar up here. Doesn't look like sugar water, so they're getting into something. Maybe some maple nectar. Maples are popping right now. Clean this propolis off of here. Brood's looking good. Move on to the next frame here. Smoke them back down. They're getting a little feisty as we get later in the day. There's foragers coming back. Older ones are a little more feisty than the nurse bees and the other bees. You see the full frame of brood here. Eggs laid on the outside. Full frame of brood. She's backfilled. I don't see her on any of the frames or either side here. As you can see, that's a bunch of brood there. Got nectar inside. See if we can't find the queen on this last hive here. Found them on all the other ones. Let's make it 5 out of 5. Full frame of brood here. Eggs all the way out to the outside in that circle there. Eggs all the way out to the outside there. It looks like a good frame of brood. Don't see the queen. Don't see her hiding anywhere. Don't see her on the bottom. She's a green dot queen. If you see her, let me know in the comments. Say, hey, you missed her. She's on that frame. Check this last one here. It's got brood on it. See if she's on this one. A little heavier. She may not be on this. It's a honey frame. Oh, there she is. She's on that honey frame. Wonder what she's doing out there. outside of the brood nest. We'll set her back down in there. She may be getting something to eat. Close these girls up. They got plenty of, about 3 frames of brood. Got honey. We'll give them some more honey. Put this pollen patty back on. Smoke them down a little bit. Yeah, I know you don't like it. Put this frame in here. I'll go get them a shim that I have left over from that other hive, that deadout. Put a shim on these girls, push their frames in, give them equal space in here. They're getting a little feisty. Make sure we don't squish any of them. Give them a little room. Put that right over the brood nest there. Not seeing very many hive beetles, so that's a good thing. All the brood and all the hives except the deadout, we're looking good. Finish these girls out with some sugar water. I appreciate anybody that's stayed around to the end here. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing. Trying to get my feet wet. I know I have some long videos. I'm just trying to show everybody what I do in a season. Second year beekeeper. Trying to let maybe some first year beekeepers get an insight in on what it's like going into your second year. Things that you need to do, things you don't need to do. If anybody sees anything that I'm doing wrong or they think I'm doing wrong, just let me know in the comments. I hope y'all like, subscribe, and watch more of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.